Okay, this is just a short video so we can review the steps to solving an equation, because you are going to have to know how to solve an equation to do all the stuff in geometry. So we just want to make sure we're all comfortable knowing the steps and practicing them again. So if you don't remember, these are the steps to solving an equation. You learned this last year in Algebra 1. The first thing we look for are any parentheses. So this is my practice question we're doing right now. So as I look at this question, do I see any parentheses, which are the little curvy bracket things? And I don't see any, so I can skip this step. Step 2, combining like terms. So I'm looking on each side of my equal sign. We remember we draw the lines on the equal sign. On each side, can I add stuff together? So can I actually add 3x and 4 together? No, because this 3 has an x, but the 4 doesn't have an x on it. It doesn't have any letters. So we call those naked numbers. You'll see down there. That's what I'm talking about. Anything that doesn't have an x on it or any letter is what I call a naked number. So I cannot add something with an x with something that doesn't have an x. So I can't add those. I look at the other side. Is there multiple things to add over there? No, there was only the one number, so I can't add that either. So goodbye. I don't need to do that step. Step 3 was move the letters. So if I looked at my whole equation, do I have letters on both sides of the equal sign? Well, in mine, I only have letters on the left side. My x, this is the only x in the whole equation. So I can skip that step too. Lucky me. So step 4, I need to move the naked numbers. So anything that doesn't have a letter, I'm going to move over to the right side of the equal sign. So that means I got to move this 4 to the other side. Well, when I move something from one side to the other side, we remember we got to do the opposite of what it says. Right now, it says a plus sign. So if I'm going to do the opposite, that means I got to do minus 4 instead. Yay, because when I do positive 4 minus 4, that adds up to 0 and it goes away. That's why I do it, so that it's not on this side anymore. It's on the right side. So when I do that, my 3x is still on this side. Nothing happened to 3x, so I'm going to leave that there. And on this side, I'm actually going to do 16 minus 4. Now you can do that in your head or you can do it in the calculator. 16 minus 4 is 12. So check, I did move naked numbers. And then the last step is just divide. Well, what am I supposed to divide by? I'm dividing by the number that's with the x. So I see the x over here. What's the number with it? 3. So I'm going to divide by 3. Because when I do 3 divided by 3, that's just 1. So I don't have to write it anymore if it's just a 1. All I'm left with is x equals, well, this side I actually had to divide. What's 12 divided by 3, either in the calculator or in your head? It's 4. So then my answer is x equals 4. Okay? This should not be new information to anyone, just a review. So we're going to do a couple more together. So I still have the steps listed over here. The first thing I'm going to do is draw the line down the equal sign. So I'm checking, are there any parentheses? These things. I'm checking my equation. There are not any, so cross it out. Step 2, combine like terms. I'm checking, are there any numbers that I can add together, because there's lots of stuff on one side. Well, I see in this equation there's a lot of stuff over here, and I can add some of it together. So I'm going to check, well, this 4 has an x. Well, what can I add with 4x? Anything else that has an x. So I see this has an x. That's a 9x, so I'm going to add those together. 4 plus 9, because that's positive 9. 4 plus 9 is 13. I'm putting an x with it. It had an x before, so we're going to keep that x label on it. There are other things in here. There weren't just x's. There's naked numbers, the numbers that don't have letters. So I have a positive 4 and a negative 2. Can I add those together? Yes. Well, what's 4 plus negative 2? You can type that in the calculator or you can do it in your head. 4 plus negative 2 is positive 2. So I'm going to put plus 2. Was there anything that I could do on the side with 28? No. 28 was alone over here, so it's still alone. Nothing changed about 28. Just drop it down. So that was my combine like terms. Check, did it. Move the letters. So were there now, do I have letters on both sides of the equal sign or just one side? Well, the only thing that has an x is over here, the 13x. So I can skip this step. Goodbye step. Next thing is move my naked numbers. So any numbers that don't have a letter, so I have 2 on one side and 28 on the other side. I want them to be on the same side. So I'm going to move 2 to the 28 side. Right now it's a plus. So how do I move it over there? Do the opposite, so minus 2. 2's are gone. 13x is still here, did not change. 28 minus 2 is 26. Okay, check, move naked numbers. Last step, we're going to divide. Well, what am I going to divide by? Well, what was the number next to the letter? 13. So divide by 13. Divide by 13. 13 divided by 13 is 1. Goodbye. I get x equals 26 divided by 13. If you type it in the calculator or do it in your head, you're going to get 2. So the answer was x equals 2. Okay. Another example, sometimes like the equations are getting a little bit more difficult. There's more steps to solve. That's okay. It doesn't mean we do it differently. We still go through the checklist. So I'm still checking. Are there parentheses? This one, still no parentheses. Oops. There we go. Okay, still no parentheses. Second step, combine like terms. So I'm checking on this left side of the equal sign. Could I do 8 plus negative 4? No, because this has an x and this does not. So we can't add those together. I'm not saying, oh, can I add 8 with 10? Because they're not on the same side of the equal sign right now. So I'm not trying to add them together yet. I check on the other side, the 10x and the 20. Can I add them together? No, because this has an x. This does not. So combine like terms was a no. Moving the letters. So now I have something with x over here and another thing with x over here. I want them to be on the same side, so I need to move one of them. Usually we like to move stuff, all the letters to the left side over here. So I'm going to move 10. How do I move 10? Well, right now it's positive 10. I need to do the opposite, so I'm going to minus 10. Oof, minus 10. Okay, so when that happens, 10 minus 10, 0. Goodbye. This drops down. Don't forget that negative sign goes with the 20, so don't lose it when you drop it down. What drops down over here? The negative goes with the 4. Don't lose it. Drop it down. And then I'm actually doing 8 minus 10. You can do it in the calculator or in your head. Either way, you're going to get negative 2x. So that was our move letters step. Yay. Next step is move the naked numbers. So I have this 4 on the left side. I want to move it to the other side because I can't have it over here because I need to get my letter alone. So if I need to move negative 4, well, I'm not going to minus again because it's already minus. I have to do the opposite. So the opposite of minus is plus. Okay. Negative 4 plus 4 adds up to 0. Yay. We're dropping down our negative 2x. Don't forget that negative sign. It's important. Negative 20 plus 4. In your header, in the calculator, you get negative 16. Yay. That was our move naked numbers. And the last step, we're going to divide. Well, what am I going to divide by? What's the number next to the letter? Negative 2. Not just 2. You got to do it by negative 2. I know we change the sign when we're moving numbers from side to side, but when I'm dividing, you divide by the same number. So we're dividing by the same number, negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 is 1. So that cancels out. Yay. Negative 16 divided by negative 2. Typing it in, make sure you put negatives for both, and you get positive 8. Check. Last example. Here we go. I'm still doing same steps. I draw my line first. Here we go. So first thing I'm checking, are there parentheses? In this one, yes, there are parentheses. These things right there, those are parentheses. Well, what does parentheses mean? Usually to us, it means we're going to be multiplying. Well, what are we multiplying? Well, what's the number on the outside of the parentheses? You're going to distribute, we heard that word a lot last year in Algebra 1, we're distributing that 2 to everything on the inside. So I have to do 2 times 2x and 2 times positive 6. So typing in the calculator or doing in your head, 2 times 2 is 4. It had an x before. Don't lose that label. That's still there. Okay, great. So we did 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times positive 6 is positive 12. You got to have a plus or a minus sign in the middle. Ours was a positive number, so put a plus. Do I distribute this 2 to the 40 over there? No, because 40 is not in the parentheses. 40's chilling over here. Nothing happened to 40. So that was my parentheses step. Yay. All right, next thing I'm checking, can I combine like terms? Can I add 4 and 12? No, they don't both have a letter. Is there anything to add with 40? No, it's by itself, so we're not doing that step. Moving letters, so do I need to move any letters because I have letters on both sides? No, I only have one thing with letters. I don't have any letters over here that I have to move. So not doing that step. Moving the naked numbers, so anything that doesn't have a letter, I need to move, which in this case, I gotta move 12 to the other side. So right now it's a plus. So how do I move it? Do the opposite, minus 12. Positive 12 plus negative 12, gone, that's 0. 4x is still here. 40 minus 12, if you type that in the calculator, you're gonna get 28. So check, move naked numbers. Last step, what do we do? Divide. We're gonna divide by 4, the number with x. Divide 4, x is here. 28 divided by 4 is 7, and that's my answer, okay? If you need to watch the video again, go ahead. If you need to ask your teacher a question on Zoom, that would be a good idea. Otherwise, you can go ahead and start the review on the formative.